Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Joe and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be looking at the new Valorant agent that isn't actually out yet, but Riot Games did a oopsie and accidentally released all the videos for it a bit early, so loads of people had access to them. Riot quickly made the videos private, as you can see on the page for KILLJOY. However, you know, people just naturally recorded it, screen recorded it, and I've re-uploaded it on Twitter and YouTube. So today I thought we'd take a look at it. It gives us a bit of insight into what the new agent's ability is going to be before she's actually in the game. And just overall, it should be a pretty enlightening experience and can maybe sort of prepare for the agent to be added. So yeah, this is the patch notes for KILLJOY. Okay, Brimstone, I've read your beginner's guide. Maybe too long. All you needed to say was, have me on your team. I know you like that thing you do where you yell into the sky, but with me, tactics beat firepower. So let me remind you how I've already thought of everything. So this is from my understanding, and obviously it will make a bit more sense when we get into the abilities. I think KILLJOY is going to be more of a sentinel agent as opposed to a duelist or any of the others really. More so a class that you'd use for utility as opposed to a class that would be good for entry fragging, etc, you know. So the first ability is called Alarm Bot. Equip and deploy a bot that hunts down enemies who dare to get in range. When my killer robot friend reaches its target, boom goes the idiot. Alarm Bot not only deals damage, it temporarily leaves affected targets vulnerable to double damage from all sources. Hold equip if you want to recall your deployed bot. Kind of reminds me of the Boombot for Raze, and if we look in the video for it, it's quite interesting how it works. And obviously it leaves you marked for death for a short amount of time. So once the alarm bot sees you, it scurries over to you and jumps up. Again, very similar to the Boombot for Raze, just it probably doesn't do as much damage. Their Sage is marked for death, which means you'll take double damage. So really helpful for holding down sights unless it gets shot out. Like, I think that's definitely going to be pretty useful. So up next is turret, and this one is one I'm not really sure about. It says sometimes it's good to plant some roots, deploy a turret that fires at enemies within its 180-degree cone, hold to equip and recall the deployed turret. With my turret, I can hold an area pretty well myself, while the others are covering angles I can't. So this really makes KILLJOY a great counter-terrorist sided player. You can essentially hold angles or hold sights on your own. It's like a very, very strong ability to have. And if we take a look at the video for it, again, it's exactly as the name would suggest. It's just like a mini turret, which does seem pretty OP. But from that, it does bursts of 3 damage, and 3 shots still left 3 shots for the classic. So I don't think it does a huge amount of damage, but it will definitely slow down a push onto the site, or like slow down a push onto the bomb that's been planted, and definitely throws a spanner in the works for a lot of strategies for sure. So I feel like the turret is pretty strong. The damage on it does seem low. I was a bit worried it would be super overpowered, but it seems pretty rounded, to be honest. Nano Swarm. Okay, check this out. Throw the grenade. When it lands, it goes quiet. Then activate the Nano Swarm to deploy a damaging swarm of nanobots and catch the enemy crying. I love this trick. If we go into the video, yeah, essentially how it works is like you throw the grenade down and you can pick when the sort of like little swarm of robots comes around, and when they're in affected area, it deals quite a lot of damage. So you can, again, holding a sight or like a choke point angle with this ability will be super strong. You could just put it there if you hear footsteps or if you hear people pushing in. I'm thinking maybe like in Hookah, for example, you can drop in the nanobot swarm, and if you know they're pushing, activate it, and it will definitely put a halt on the push for sure. And the last ability is Lockdown, and this is KILLJOY's ultimate ability, and it seems pretty broken from my opinion. Obviously we'll have to wait until we see it in game. I could be wrong on my speculation for it, but the description reads as follows. You have to adjust your timing for the wind up, but once you get this device going, it detains all enemies caught in its radius for 8 seconds. Yep, enemies can destroy it, except I built plenty more. So here it is. I'm pretty sure this is the ultimate ability, right? So you put it on the floor and it scans quite a large radius. As you can see, it's pretty much reaching the back of mid there towards B, and if in market it actually reaches well past sight and like well past the pushing point. And when it explodes, if you're in this radius, it slows you down, and what it looks like is that you can't use your abilities or you can't shoot your gun for the 8-second time period, which just seems a little bit broken. I know it takes a while to go off, and I'm assuming you can shoot it out, which it says in the update notes. But if you get hit by this, let's say you're at the back of B site on this map, right? You're hiding in the little back area, and I mean the radius of this thing seems to reach pretty far. Or let's say like you're holding on default. If you get hit by this thing, what are you actually meant to do now when someone pushes you? Because you won't be able to use your gun or your ability for 8 seconds. And obviously if they've put it here, you can't shoot it out because you're on site. So this seems like a really strong ultimate. It's going to be interesting to see how people use this and how people play around the lockdown ultimate ability. But yeah guys, that is just about it. That is my opinions on it. I do think Killjoy is going to be a great utility class. It's kind of like Cypher in the way that it really means you can essentially hold a bomb site on your own. It's a very, very strong utility class, and it's going to be interesting to see if it fits into the competitive meta. Thank you guys very much for watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and peace.